Welcome back to Focus Fox Valley on WHBY. We are checking in on our focus on careers with Fox Valley Technical College, an opportunity to highlight different career opportunities, careers of promise, and the education you can receive to earn that degree and find that dream job through Fox Valley Technical College. Today, we're going to highlight parts of the Manufacturing, Agriculture, and Construction Technologies program as we welcome Associate Dean Jennifer McIntosh to the show here today. Jennifer, hello to you.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fantastic. Thanks for joining us for the segment. And we're going to just jump right in because we've got a lot to cover. First, though, a little get to know you, if you could. Fill us in on how you got to be Associate Dean and maybe the different roles and places and spaces you filled until today.
Yeah, great. So I've been with Fox Valley Technical College for 14 years. It's been a great experience here. I started as an instructor in their communication skills department. That's part of our general education division. And I also worked with the Professional Communications Associate Degree program. I spent about 11 years doing that work, was really passionate about instruction, and was looking for something a little bit different and looking to move into a leadership role. And this position opened as Associate Dean and working primarily with our agriculture and natural resources programs at the Technical College. My grandparents owned and operated a small dairy farm, so growing up, that was a big part of my life, and this really felt like a great opportunity to get back to kind of those roots and learn about all of the things that have changed over the years, since I had been on any type of working dairy farm.
Excellent. Well, and I think a lot of our listeners know, and Jennifer, you might know, my heart is large and big for the agriculture program and natural resources program at Fox Valley Tech. My dad led that department for a very long time. So I'm excited to be talking about it here today and to share some of the different offerings that ag program brings and maybe what's in demand in 2025 or a popular pathway that you're seeing for students. So can you tell us a bit more of what 2025 is kind of bringing and what are you seeing?
Yeah, absolutely. So in our agriculture department, I think a lot of people don't know that housed here is our agriculture programming, but also our horticulture programming, outdoor power equipment, and then our veterinary technician programs. We also have natural resources and wildland fire. That is part of our cluster here, but that's housed at the main building. We're really seeing growth in areas focused on technology, and that's probably not a surprise to anyone. We're seeing precision agriculture being a real growth area, and many of our industry partners asking more and more for our students to be well-versed in technology, capturing data, and being able to read and interpret that data. And that really encourages our instructors to continue to stay on top of all of the things that are happening within agriculture. Our veterinary technician program, that's also extremely popular, and we're projected to have growth in that area for employment opportunities, really 19% or more year over year for the next 10 years or so. And one of the areas that also is seeing a lot of growth is agriculture related to conservation efforts. That does tie into our precision agriculture, our new associate degree in that area, but also in our agronomy and our animal science areas. We've also just developed a new certificate. It started this fall in conservation agronomy, and that's really geared toward individuals who are interested in the natural resources side but do not have an agriculture background or experience in pieces of agriculture, so they can talk with farmers and talk with those in the industry about those conservation efforts and what they can do to improve their business and then also improve their efforts.
That's fantastic. I want to ask a little bit about the business side of things, too, because our family farms have evolved in some circumstances to being just that, a business, and agribusiness, a huge part of what you're teaching your students. Let's lean into a couple of certificates that you offer, agricultural accounting and agricultural entrepreneurship. What are these?
Yeah, so agriculture accounting is a certificate that many of our students who are pursuing a technical diploma or an associate degree would add on, or you can pursue it individually as well. And that really focuses on recording transactions, using spreadsheets, analyzing financial statements, and then using software. It also has a strong focus on economic concepts and marketing for all types of agriculture products. And agriculture entrepreneurship is also just that. It's if you want to work in an agriculture industry on your own and with your own business. We're seeing some interest there with individuals who maybe want to pursue smaller farms or something just on their own, and then learn what it means to have a business, what type of licenses they might need, and what are those other business aspects that they might need to be well-versed in to be successful as an entrepreneur.
Excellent. We're talking today with Jennifer McIntosh, Associate Dean of Manufacturing, Agriculture, and Construction Technologies, and we're leaning into those ag programs here today. And Jennifer, about 10 years ago, I attended a Farm Technology Days event somewhere in Wisconsin, and I saw the most interesting section, and that's a massive place, by the way, but I saw one of the most interesting sections on precision agriculture technology. And they were utilizing drones, and they were using infrared scanning and all these different GPS systems to work in so many different areas of agriculture. And I understand one of your newer additions is an associate degree in precision agriculture technology. And I'm curious to learn more about how Fox Valley Tech is approaching that area of agriculture.
Yeah, so we've had precision pieces in many of our programs and classes for a while, but we really saw a need to focus heavily on that precision piece. And our program, our associate degree, is unique in that it bridges those gaps between equipment, agronomy principles, and then the technology that you were talking about, Hayley, looking at, all of the GPS and drone technology and kind of having that full, well-rounded experience for the students. That associate degree will prepare students to install, troubleshoot, and operate a lot of that high-tech equipment and work with the most current technology. They're also going to learn a lot about crop production, as that's very key, and then how to work on some equipment and how to improve crop production, and working with GPS and GIS systems.
So cool. It really is fascinating. Mm-hmm. And there's so much evolution and change coming, but it's cool to learn about how Fox Valley Tech is approaching that as well. We'll pause here, but still more to come as we highlight the Manufacturing, Agriculture, and Construction Technologies program at Fox Valley Tech. So don't go away. We'll continue the conversation after a break here on HBY. Welcome back to Focus Fox Valley on WHBY. It's our Focus on Careers with Fox Valley Tech. Jennifer McIntosh joins us, Associate Dean of Manufacturing, Agriculture, and Construction Technologies. And we've been highlighting that agriculture program and the different areas in agriculture accounting, entrepreneurship, agribusiness, precision agriculture technology, veterinary technicians, and just so much more. And when you're looking, Jennifer, I should say, at the scope of your students, how would you describe them? Are they fresh out of high school? Are you seeing some adult learners? Is it a mix of all the above? Fill us in.
Most of our students are coming shortly after high school, if not right from high school. We have some great relationships with high school agriculture teachers and guidance counselors in the Fox Valley. So we do see many students choosing Fox Valley Technical College, especially the agriculture department, right out of high school. We do have some non-traditional students that come in. I would say in our horticulture program area, that's really where we're seeing many of our non-traditional students. many who've worked in that industry or another industry and are coming back to get a little bit more education or a more focused degree. In outdoor power equipment, that's also where we're seeing some of our adult learners. We have a daytime program as well as evening classes with full-time and part-time options. So that program does allow for a variety of students to pursue the degree.
Excellent. What are some of the challenges students are facing when it comes to ag-related programs?
Yeah, so keeping up with that technology is always going to be a challenge, and making sure that we're on the cutting edge of that and we're preparing our students for what they will see in industry as well. I think many of our students are also seeing just a sheer number of jobs available to them and so many different avenues that they can go into. Agriculture has so many options, whether you're going the animal track, the equipment track, or the agronomy, crops and soils track, all different types of things that they can do. So really finding a focus area and then finding a good company that they want to work with and what they want to do with their career.
Fantastic. Well, it's been really fun catching up and learning where the agriculture program kind of sits currently. And one other element that we can briefly touch on, but I think is so cool, is students are studying abroad. I know you sent some students to Costa Rica in January. A group studied in the Bahamas in January of 2023. This is fantastic. And what are some of the key takeaways from students when they're doing this study abroad opportunity?
For many of them, it's really global awareness. It was surprising to me how many of our students had not left the state of Wisconsin. So having to go abroad really took a lot for them to step outside of their comfort zone. So everything from planning the trip, getting ready to travel, and then all the experiences when they are there. When our students come back from those study abroad trips, they do have presentations, and everyone's invited. And I had the pleasure of seeing all of them this year, all of the students that came back from Costa Rica. And it was amazing to hear from them how much they learned about agriculture in a different area, but also about community and communities working together and what types of practices they use for sustainability and resource management, and they really saw a different aspect of their career from a different perspective, and it was really great to see the learning that came from that.
Absolutely. Well, if someone is listening and can think of someone or a student that might benefit from this program in learning different areas of the agriculture world, how can they connect to you and to the agriculture programs through Fox Valley Tech?
You can always visit FVTC.edu to learn more about our programs and apply. We also encourage people to stop by our agriculture center. It is not connected to the main building, but it is an outbuilding right next to the same campus. They can always stop by or call our main number and ask to speak to someone in the agriculture department. Our instructors are always happy to meet with students individually, give them a short tour, and tell them what to expect here.
My hint is look for the combines and the tractors, and you'll find the department.
Absolutely.
I kind of grew up there, so I'll give a tour someday. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Jennifer, so much for your time today. It's been awesome to connect with you and learn more about how this program is evolving. And I'm sure we'll catch up again another time. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Hayley. Have a good day.
You too. That's going to do it for this Wednesday